Welcome to Smart Income Masters, where we help you make money smarter.
Great to be diving in today.
Yeah, today we're looking at quite an ambitious blueprint, potentially hitting millionaire status in just 12 months, starting from nothing.
Right. And it's not about lottery tickets or anything like that.
Hmm,
The source material really emphasizes building something solid, something long-term.
exactly. So if you're thinking about sustainable growth, not just quick wins, stick around. And hey, make sure you subscribe so you catch all our deep dives.
So the first big idea, and it kind of goes against the grain, is this mindset shift.
Okay?
Well, most people chase the short-term cash, right?
All right.
But the blueprint argues that often leads to burnout. Doing things that won't really matter in a year or two.
Ah, like spinning your wheels.
Precisely. The focus here is on efforts that have a compounding effect. Think planting seeds for an orchard, not just grabbing the low-hanging fruit constantly.
I like that analogy, orchard building, not just berry picking. So
Yeah.
where do you start building this orchard?
It all comes down to audience, building leverage through a group of people who follow you, who trust you.
Like the big names we see, they all have that dedicated following.
Exactly. But crucially, the blueprint warns against just relying on, say, social media platforms.
Because you don't own that connection.
Right. It's like building on rented land.
Yeah.
The goal should be to direct people to your space, your website, your landing page.
Okay.
Ultimately, building that email list. That's your direct line.
Got it. So the website is central. And the blueprint says setting one up isn't, well, it's not rocket science anymore.
No, it's very achievable.
Oh.
But the first step is crucial, picking your niche.
And it has to be something you're genuinely into, right? Because this takes work.
Absolutely, passion matters.
Yeah.
But you also need to validate it. The blueprint suggests looking at, search trends. Are people actually searching for this stuff?
Makes sense.
And maybe even check the market size. Look at related public companies. Is there real money in this area? It's about finding where your interest meets actual demand.
Passion plus potential. Okay. And the blueprint mentions using specific tools like WordPress for the site itself.
Yeah, it highlights WordPress.org for themes, flexibility, and many hosting providers make it super simple, like a one-click setup.
And getting a good domain name short, catchy.com if possible,
Definitely. And starting a blog right away, that's key.
because that's where the value happens.
That's where you create the content. And not just any content. The blueprint stresses making something unique, fresh, better than what's already out there.
So look at what's popular, but aim higher, deeper, newer.
Exactly. Because most online info gets stale pretty fast. You need to keep creating, keep refreshing.
Okay, platform built, content flowing, how do people find it? Search engines, I assume, SEO.
Bingo. The blueprint boils SEO down to three main pillars.
Which are
Content, which we've touched on, it needs to be top-notch. Then there's technical SEO.
making sure the website itself is sound, code-wise.
Yeah, basically making sure search engines can easily read and understand your site.
Mm-hmm.
Clean code, good structure. The blueprint suggests using audit tools to find and fix errors, starting with the biggest impact ones.
Right. And the third pillar.
Links. Backlinks. Think of them as votes from other websites.
Ah, more relevant, high-quality votes mean better ranking.
You got it. And there's a smart tactic mentioned. See who links to your competitors, but not you.
Okay.
Reach out to them. Especially sites that link to multiple competitors, they're often open to linking to good stuff.
That's clever outreach. So keep building content, fix the tech side, get links. How do you sustain the growth?
Well, one way is finding content gaps. What are competitors ranking for that you aren't covering?
Fill those gaps with even better content.
Exactly. And then promote. Don't just publish and pray. Share it across social media.
Use all the channels.
Yeah. And one tip was maybe using a platform like X, formerly Twitter, as a sort of testing ground.
Yeah.
See what hooks people before you put more effort into other platforms.
Yeah, interesting. And interact, right. Build that community on social too.
Absolutely. Engage. And use those platform features, Instagram swipe ups, links in bio on TikTok or Instagram, to drive people back to your website.
Back to the home base, where you capture those emails.
Which brings us to lead magnets. Offering something valuable, a PDF guide, a quiz, an action plan, in exchange for that email address.
Because an email subscriber is more valuable than just a follower.
Much more, according to the blueprint. Higher visibility, direct communication. Email tools make collecting and managing those lists pretty straightforward now.
Okay, so you've built the audience, you're engaging them via email. Let's talk money. How does the blueprint suggest monetizing this?
It lays out a couple of core paths. Affiliate marketing is one.
Promoting other people's stuff for a commission.
Right. It's often an easier starting point. But the blueprint really pushes towards creating and selling your own products or services eventually.
More control, potentially more profit.
Definitely. And think about offering different price points. Not everyone can afford the high-ticket item.
Makes sense. Cater to more people.
And recurring revenue models are highlighted too. Subscriptions, memberships. That creates stability.
And it mentions it's easier to sell more to existing customers, right?
Almost always. Building that relationship pays off. The goal isn't necessarily to monetize everyone, but a percentage of your traffic consistently.
Wow, okay. That's quite a comprehensive roadmap. From mindset shift to monetization.
It really covers the journey, focusing on that long-term build.
So the key takeaways seem to be play the long game, own your platform, create truly valuable content, get discovered through smart SEO, engage your audience directly, especially via email.
And then monetize thoughtfully with a mix of strategies, ideally including your own offers and recurring income.
It really encourages you to think about building an asset, not just chasing income.
Yeah, what's one small thing you listening could do today based on this? Maybe identify that niche. Yeah. Or think about a lead magnet.
Good question to ponder. If this deep dive gave you some valuable food for thought on making money smarter, definitely hit that subscribe button. We'll be back with more.
Absolutely. Keep building.